let's talk about the truth. It's hard to accept, especially when in your last years you were well, you were walking very well. Then later accident happens, then you become crippled. It becomes tough for you to accept the reality which you are going to live with. For example, now imagine yourself being cleaned again, like a baby. It brings a lot of psychological problems. Emotionally, you become broken. You feel guilty. You feel bad about everything because it's not your wish. You never wanted this to happen to you. But because life happens, you have to live with reality. Number two, you might find that your children don't respect you anymore. Your children stop respecting you. They see you and they say, no, why should I respect you? What's so big? What's so important about you that I need to respect you? You as a parent, you feel disrespected, you feel disobeyed, you feel so bad. And maybe even your wife or your husband can run away from you. You alone. It's you and your situation. Things don't become easy for these people. Now, especially when the family, the people who you hoped that they will help you, are the same people who disappear from the scene. And you are tempted to ask, God, where are you? It comes in our mind because we are human beings. We are flesh and blood. We are not strong enough sometimes to accept or to accommodate everything which happens in our lives. How do people or friends relate with you when you become disabled? Some will start seeing you as you are a bother. There's nothing good which can come from you. You are always a burden because they feel whatever we want to do, we can no longer go with you. Maybe if you used to travel or go hiking, you climb the mountains, but now you're disabled, you cannot do that. Believe me, some of your friends will disappear and you will never see them. And when you ask, they will give you a very fake excuse. Life happens. We need to be prepared. A family meeting, but because you became disabled, these people don't consult you. They don't ask you anything. They say that, no, there's nothing important from you. There's nothing which we can discuss. Politically, only few people will accept you lead them. Because if there's a rally, they're thinking, at what time will you use your wheelchairs? At what time? Normally people see disability before they see the ability of the person. Family-wise, it's tough. For example, if you find a family which have 3 children, and the 3 children need to go to school, but there's one who is disabled, finding that the 2 are going to school, but the disabled one remains at home, is high. Why is this happening? There's some parents who feel that a disabled child don't need to go to school. A disabled child don't need to play. A disabled child don't need to go to church. A disabled child, a disabled child don't need to go for even a date. Parent-child date. They feel, no, what are we going to talk about? They know nothing, which is wrong. You as a parent, you need to become the first advocate for your child. Because if you don't love your child, then who will love your child? The first person who needs to love a disabled person is the parent. But most cases, you find that it is the parents who are running away from these disabled children. Some are taken to faraway places to stay with their aunties or to stay with their uncles or their aunties. Some are left to stay with their cousins. Some are locked in a room when visitors come. And it's a story which should never be heard. It's a story that they don't want other people to know, to hear, or to know. They want other children. Don't talk about your brother. Don't talk about your sister. Don't talk about your cousin. Don't talk about your niece or your nephew. The burden is heavy for caretakers. Some don't have enough training, and so you find there's a lot of accidents. These people don't have any idea about disability, so it becomes another burden because they don't know how to treat this person. How do I care for this child? I know nothing about blindness. I know nothing about autism. I know nothing about deafness. I know nothing about CP. How do I care for this child? Let's revisit everything. Let's sit down and have a proper discussion on how we are going to take care of children or people who have disability in the society today. Because we cannot say that we don't have any idea. There is TikTok. There is TikTok now. There is YouTube. There is Facebook. There is Google. There is Chrome. We have different and various platforms where we can learn different things about different conditions. I hope this was important. I hope that you've learned something today. Let's support our brothers and sisters. This was Inspired Hands Ministries. I'm Juliet. Thanks so much. See you another day. Blessings.